What is going on, you guys? Alex back here with a brand new video, and today we know what needs to be talked about. We know what has to be talked about today. What happened last night? What happened? Luka Doncic is now on the LA Lakers, and Anthony Davis is now on the Dallas Mavericks. What? What just happened? What just happened? And to give, a story of where I was when this happened, because this is going to be one of the moments in NBA history, in world history, where people will know where they were. There's been some big events in world history. Everyone knows where they've been. Well, for NBA fans, they're going to know exactly where they were when this trade went down. 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 40 years from now, everyone will know where they were. Because this is one of the biggest trades we have ever seen in NBA history, in the entire history of the NBA. Two superstars getting traded for each other, and one of them is undoubtedly a top 5 NBA player currently in the league, that being Luka Doncic. Where was I? I was in my bed right here, sound asleep, and I just happened to wake up. I just woke up randomly. Just randomly. That never really happens. I woke up randomly, checked my phone, and I saw my phone blowing up from my friends in our group chats. I go on Instagram, and I see the graphic of Luka Doncic in a Lakers jersey next to LeBron James. Crazy. I never wake up in the middle of the night, or if I do, it's like just, very briefly, I don't even remember it. I woke up, checked my phone, and saw what went down. It was like at 12:30 my time, and I believe the trade happened at around 11:30. So about an hour later, I woke up, and I saw it all go down. I was contemplating going live, but I was dead tired. I had to wake up at 5:30 in the morning. I didn't really feel like staying up and then still waking up at 5:30 in the morning. So it's the next day or later in that day since I woke up today. Anyways, it doesn't matter. We're diving into details that do not matter. This is crazy. We're going to talk about this trade starting off with the Dallas Mavericks, right? Many are thinking, what are you thinking, Mark Cuban? What are you thinking, management? That's where many of people that are talking about this, that's where they immediately go. What the absolute bleep are you thinking? Getting rid of a not even 26-year-old Luka Doncic, who is an absolute menace on offense, is a top 5 NBA player in the league when he's healthy. What are you thinking? Well, for starters, the Dallas Mavericks get Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 Lakers first-round pick. That's what they get for Luka Doncic. The Mavericks, per reports, were not happy with Luka's weight gain. He's up to around 270 pounds. They're not happy with his work ethic. He didn't get his contract extension this past summer. There was maybe some issues there, some conflict there. There were some things brewing that ultimately led to the Dallas Mavericks choosing to get rid of him. Do I agree with that thinking in any way, shape, or form? Absolutely not. But I can understand where the Mavericks are coming if they're looking at their window right now. With the team they have, it's a win-now team. And if they believe that Luka Doncic, A, isn't taking proper care of his body, he's been out since Christmas Day. I was at his last ever game as a Dallas Maverick. If you've been here for a minute, you saw my Christmas Day vlog. That was Luka Doncic's last game ever as a Dallas Maverick. I was there. That's pretty cool. And he hasn't played since because of his calf injury. And yes, calf injuries can linger on for a bit. They're not the easiest thing to come back from, because if you come back too soon, that could turn to an Achilles problem. That's like the worst thing that can ever happen to any athlete in any major sport. You don't want that. So I understand why things have been moving slow for Luka. But if you look at him, he looks like, cream of corn. He looks like, some oatmeal. If you're from the South, he looks like some grits. He's not very good looking, but he's a bucket. He's still a bucket. He's a slow guy, but he is still an absolute bucket. But I guess the Mavericks thinking, current and long-term, they don't believe that, A, they want to pay Luka Doncic that massive max extension that he's worth that now he'll never get because he got traded to the Lakers. They can't give him that massive extension. That hurts Luka's wallet. That also hurts the NBA as a whole, because if you can trade Luka Doncic and not give him his money, what's going to happen to the next superstar that's up for money that they don't want to pay across the league? That's an interesting thing to see. That will cross that bridge if we ever get there, but Luka Doncic is gone. And for the Mavericks, you still have Kyrie. You have Anthony Davis now. You still have Lively Gafford. You have PJ Washington. Klay Thompson, of course, who's been up and down all year. You still have a really good team there. And you also get a monster in Anthony Davis, who's having one of his best years of his career, He's the best player on the Lakers, but he's not really being talked about because LeBron James is the storyline, all this, that, and that. But AD is an absolute monster, and the Dallas Mavericks get someone they can pair up with Derek Lively, who's an absolute monster himself in a different way. Obviously, he's not, the same versatile offensive player Anthony Davis is, but on defense, he's just as good. And then you have Daniel Gafford, who's also a monster as well for the role he plays in Dallas. But now you have Kyrie and Anthony Davis at the helm there in Dallas. I still think they're a great team. Their window definitely shortens because with Luka, he's only 25. With Kyrie, he's 32, and Anthony Davis is 31. They're definitely extremely in win right now mode. But I think for the right now, they're still going to be a good team. Do they take a step back? Absolutely. They lose one of the best players in the league. But not many teams are now going to be able to score on this Dallas Mavericks team. Luka's defense has been a question forever. Minimal effort there, a revolving door. He did look a little bit better in last year's playoffs, but when it came to the finals and they're about to tap out, he decided to tap out on defense. And I think that was actually a big point of emphasis, maybe in Dallas and management. They look back at last year's finals when things were going south. He said, "Screw it, I'm not going to play defense. I'm just going to roll over and die." And I think it's been a compiling amount of issues for management in Dallas. And do I agree with any of this to then move Luka Doncic? No, because he's so good, he can almost warrant a pass. But they didn't think so, and they wanted to bring in someone, that being Anthony Davis, a top 20 NBA player. They wanted to bring him in, shake things up, and here they do. Here they do it. It's absolutely insane. It's insane. It's hard to comprehend. It feels like I'm an NBA 2K. This doesn't feel real. But then to balance the Lakers side of things, they get Luka Doncic. They get Maxi Kleber and Markieff Morris. He's back to LA. Yeah, obviously the storyline there is Luka Doncic and LeBron James. What? For the LA Lakers, they absolutely win this trade. I still think the Dallas Mavericks are going to be a great team for the next 3-4 years, especially if Kyrie Irving can stay level-headed and not get, enraged by this and not want out as well. If he can stay level-headed, I think Kyrie, Anthony Davis, and the core they have there with some young guys, they're still going to be a great team. But then you come to the Lakers. They're absolutely set for the right now, but they're set for the next 10 years, assuming the issues that the Dallas Mavericks had with Luka, him being overweight, not really caring about his body, not really putting much emphasis into getting better. He's just good because he's good, and he's good with that. If those things don't, turn their head and become true in the next few years, the Lakers are set for their next generation. LeBron James has this year and maybe next year. We'll see. This may be his last year. But the Lakers now don't really have to be as worried about when LeBron retires because they have Luka Doncic. And this is now Luka Doncic's team. This is the first time in LeBron's career he will be undoubtedly not the best player on his team. I think Anthony Davis was the best player this year, but LeBron James is LeBron James. He had a 30-point triple-double last night. There's conversations that go back and forth. But now there's no question. This is Luka's team. LeBron may be the leader, but when it comes to who's getting that ball, it's Luka Doncic. Now, the Lakers do take a massive hit on the defensive side of the ball. They're not a terrible defensive team, but they're always just kind of holding on for dear life to keep their defense, above average. And that was Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is what kept this team being still a relatively good defense. You take him away and you add Luka Doncic. Yes, his offense is some of the best we've ever seen, but his defense is also some of the most just disgusting and lack of effort we've ever seen on defense. So it's going to be interesting. And they just lose a massive body. It's Anthony Davis. Right now, their best big men are Jackson Hayes, Christian Coloco, Christian Wood. You go to the forwards with Dorian Finney-Smith, Rui Hachimura, now Maxi Kleber and Markieff Morris, Jared Vanderbilt. That's disgusting. Their best center right now is Jackson Hayes, which is a good body. 7 feet tall, super athletic. He's averaging 5 and 4 this year. He'll give you a couple blocks a game if he's getting enough minutes. He's an athletic guy who's going to make plays on the court. But in no way, shape, or form does he bring the same intensity on defense and also everything else Anthony Davis brings. In my opinion, yes, the Lakers are set for their future, but the way the team is constructed right now, they are worse than where they were yesterday. 100%. They are worse than where they were yesterday. They get better talent-wise and future of their franchise-wise, but unless they make another move to go out and get a better big man, Luka Doncic and LeBron James, they're not going to carry this team to the finals. They're not collectively good enough on defense anymore, or just Luka anytime to be defensive level, playoff wise, championship wise. They're not there. Anthony Davis is what brought that championship level defense, and now he's out of the picture. For the Mavericks, I think they're honestly a more competitive team this season. Long-term, Lakers win this debate every single day, twice on Sundays. But this season, I think the Dallas Mavericks are more well off 100%. They have that's not English. They have a much better constructed roster for this year. Long-term, who knows, because Kyrie and AD are getting older. But this season, the Mavericks are more well off 1,000%. They're hurt right now. Definitely hurting them. But if they're all healthy, Kyrie, Anthony Davis, then you have Lively, Gafford, Klay Thompson, PJ Washington. That's a really, really good core right there. And I'm probably forgetting a few names off the top of my head. Let's just go to their roster real quick and run through this. This season, the Dallas Mavericks are absolutely more well off in this situation. They also bring in Max Christie. Of course, you have Spencer Dinwiddie, Dante Exum, Quentin Grimes, Jaden Hardy, Najee Marshall. I brought up the main guys, so I didn't really miss anyone that's super important. But their core, for this season specifically, I think is much more competitive when healthy than the Lakers. The Lakers, obviously, this year have a better record because they've just been more healthy, but it's still relatively close in the Western Conference. But we'll see how this all plays out. This is absolutely insane. On Christmas Day, I bought this jersey. I bought this Luka jersey. Why did I do that? I don't know. Every single NBA stadium I go to, I like to get a new jersey. That's where I got all of these besides the Shea jersey. I went to OKC, but that's when Westbrook was there. But I've been to Denver. I've been to Charlotte. I've been to Phoenix last year. So I like to get jerseys every stadium I go to. I may have to stop doing that. I may have to stop. This pissed me off. I get a Luka jersey and then he's gone. Anyways, hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. Sorry I've been gone for a little while. Got back to campus for the new semester. I got a new campus job working at the gym here. Been a little bit of a hectic schedule, but hopefully I can work that out and get a more consistent upload schedule. But no better time to make a video than seeing one of the biggest trades in NBA history go down, and everyone's going to remember where they were. Where were you when this trade went down? Let me know down in the comments below. And also, who wins this? For this season, the Mavericks or the Lakers? Long term, obviously the Lakers win it, but who do you think wins this trade right now? Let me know all of your thoughts down in the comments below. I'll see you guys very soon, and like always, peace out.